Hello and welcome to Casual Veteran Gamer. In this Baldur's Gate 3 video, we're going to be looking at a rogue build named BolTav. BolTav grew up on the streets of Baldur's Gate, as poor as the next urchin. Although he never had many prospects, there was one thing he was always good at, which is running. The only reason he never landed up in the hands of the law was his immense speed, and he never grew out a life of crime. He is both literally and figuratively a runner for a big gang in the city. However, as fast as he is, and try as he might, there was no chance that he could outrun a Nautiloid. Now that he has just escaped a horrendous fate, he has one aim in life, at least for now, which is to go faster and faster. And here is BolTav. He is an urchin, as already described. He is a wood half-elf, taking strength and dexterity +1. This gives him fleet of foot, so your movement speed is 35 feet, and he's got proficiency in stealth. Unfortunately, there is a bit of an overlap here between the race and the origin, because we get stealth and sleight of hand from urchin, and we don't get anything back in return, sadly. His appearance, here he is. He doesn't have long hair. He wants to be as streamlined as possible, but he likes having hair, so he hasn't shaved it all off. As for a class, we're definitely a rogue. For skills, acrobatics for dancing and prancing around, landing on your feet while running in the streets. Athletics, just for mostly being able to run fast and barging people out of the way. Insight, to be able to read people in situations, so he knows when he's about to get into trouble. And perception for the kind of something similar. When he's running, he doesn't want to run into any danger. For ability points, we've got strength and dexterity at 16, constitution at 14, intelligence at 8, and wisdom and charisma at 10. The strength is for the jumping around he might have been doing when growing up and running through the streets of Baldur's Gate. Dexterity for, again, from the chases and the running. And so there we have it for BolTav. At level 2, BolTav doesn't have any choices to make, though this is a particularly important level because this is where we get dash as a bonus action. We also get disengage. He hopefully won't be using it that much. At level 3, BolTav gets to make a very important decision. As interesting as the Arcane Trickster subclass is to him, his upbringing and training very much put him in the thief category, and also the real reason really is for fast hands, and he gets an additional bonus action. And at level 4, BolTav gets to choose a feat or an ability score improvement. I would say this is fairly obvious. This is going to be mobile. Your movement speed increases. When you use the dash action, difficult terrain doesn't slow you down. Moreover, if you move after making a melee attack, you don't provoke an opportunity attack from your target. So all of his running around, all of his training, all of his dashing has made him even faster as far as I'm concerned. In the next part of the video, I'm going to show you what items he is going to be wearing. So in the Owlbear Cave, he's picked up the prayer sheet from behind the statue. I'm going to read the prayer sheet and try and ignore Shadow Hearts. Okay, now Shadow Hearts out of the way and dealt with. The Moon Drop Pendant. When the wearer has 50% hit points or less, they don't provoke opportunity attacks. There we are. Down in the Whispering Depths, there is a skeleton, poor skeleton here, with the spurred band. So during combat, when the wearer starts their turn with 50% hit points or less, they gain momentum for one turn. And if you didn't know what momentum is, it increases the movement speed of a character by 10 feet. There's at least one item that uses up momentum to make something happen, but BolTav isn't going to be using that in this video. It is rumoured there is a goblin called Crusher, who's faster than all the rest, but he's got some aid, some help, and we're going to see if that rumour is true. On his body we have Crusher's Ring, movement speed plus 10 feet. That would explain why Crusher's so fast. There is this hidden chest outside the Blighted Village, and we open it up, and BolTav finds the Fleet Fingers. However, there is a certain Githyanki in the group who is rather aggressive and has actually decided to take them instead. Even though they could be quite useful for good old BolTav, he's going to miss out on the Fleet Fingers because of another Tav in the group. In Drorvagslin's personal treasury, or whatever we want to call it, there is the Helmet of Grit, which will give BolTav an extra bonus action when he is below 50% hit points. And while we're in the Goblin camp, BolTav decides he's going to wear the Spider Silk armor. It looks cool. There we are, look at that. So BolTav's party has been given a quest by Glut to kill Spore here, and it has been offered a magical item in return. So they're just going to go and do that. Here we are. Just got rid of Spore. You don't need to kill all the other Myconids. If you just get to kill Spore, they'll basically start following Glut. And then we get a choice of rewards. The Ring of Fire, which is actually a very decent ring for someone who's doing fire damage. But BolTav here is going to take the Featherlight Boots. When the wearer has 50% hit points or less, their movement speed is increased by 10 feet. So if we equip these featherlight boots, BolTav is now... Ooh, not quite. BolTav is now fully equipped. His weapons are just a +1 short sword, which you find in the forge in the Blighted Village. He's got a +1 dagger, which you can find from some meat just outside the Blighted Village. Just got a regular light crossbow. That could be replaced by anything, to be honest. And his gloves are just going to be normal metallic gloves. So up next, we'll see just how fast this guy can run. So earlier, BolTav didn't clear out the goblin camp. He just ran straight through it, basically. I'm just going to show you how fast he can go. At the moment, he's got 65 feet of movement speed. However, now we're in combat. Oh, he gets to go first. He's up to 75. I think there's some sort of slight bug here. Yeah, the featherlight boots haven't actually started working yet, because this is only, this is 75 feet of movement. It's going to quickly go over where all the movement comes from. So as a wood elf or half wood elf, he starts off with 35. Then he took mobile as a feat, which goes up to 45. He's got Crusher's Ring, which is 55. He has the Spurred Band, which should put him up to 65. And he's got the featherlight boots, which should put him up to 75. And he currently has Longstrider, which should put him up to 85 feet of movement speed. Now he's got Momentum, which has increased his movement speed by 10. Crusher's Ring is always permanent, as are basically all the rest. So it seems like maybe sometimes in the first round of combat, the featherlight boots don't work. I don't know if that is the actual bug. But anyway, at the moment, for whatever reason, he's got 75 feet instead of 85. But we can go higher than that. We can use the Potion of Speed. He's now at 105 feet of movement. And because he's got less than 50% hit points, he can literally... Ooh. Wow. Ha. Alright, there's another bug. That should have worked. So maybe the Moondrop Pendant and Featherlight Boots don't start working until the second turn of combat? Or it's because he attacked? I can't quite tell. No, let's wait until the second round of combat and let's make sure he tries. Yeah, he manages to survive. To show you just how fast he can... Oh, we're up to 115 feet now. So now that, for some reason... Right, I don't quite get this. Let's dash. Oh, 230 feet. Right, let's go and try and get an opportunity attack. So maybe we need a hit points to change in the battle first to make these pieces of equipment work, because now we can run around without fear. And he's now up to 345 feet, and he can just run away. So let's stop this. He is, however, now out of combat, so maybe that wasn't so clever. So here we go. We're in the Festering Cove. Gale took out loads of these Kuatoa right at the beginning with Shatter and Cloud of Daggers. This is BolTav's first turn in this combat. I'm just going to pop a haste potion. And I just want to point something out. Well, first of all, our movement speed is 115 feet. It's pretty fast. We can also dash to go up to 230. Let's do it again. 3, 4, 5. We can dash again with our action. 460 feet. However, although obviously you wouldn't really do this down here, if we dash one more time, it's still 460 feet. It seems like the maximum number of times we can dash in any turn is 3 and still gain a benefit. And he can just run around, run past Bual. Obviously, if I hadn't used up all my actions for dashing, I would be able to attack. In fact, where can he go? Where's it gone? Just trying to find the location of the... Ah, here it's back this way. So he can just kind of ignore the combat and just go around to searching. Oh, wait, we can go pick up whatever's in this chest. This is why it makes a good thief. He can just run around faster than anyone else. Well, we're going to have to stop here, actually, for this turn, because I want to get across to there. However, that is a torch stalk in the way, and he doesn't have any bonus actions left to jump across the gap. So he can just change his mind, come back this way. He's going to run out of movement speed soon enough. But he can still make it all the way up here. Just about 7 feet left. Not bad, not bad. So even if he doesn't use all of his action, or all of his turn to move around, he still has 3 bonus actions and 1 action. He's obviously got a Potion of Haste, so he's got 2 actions at the moment. And in fact, if you do have 2 actions, we can sneak attack this guy. Hide again, and sneak attack another time with our melee weapon. One downside is that there is a bit of overlap with the Moondrop Pendant, which means that the wearer doesn't provoke opportunity attacks if they're below 50% hit points. And the mobile feat, which says if you hit someone, they don't get to take an opportunity attack against you. The feat is kind of a tiny bit useless below 50% hit points, because with the pendant, nobody has an opportunity attack against you. Alright, maybe BolTav has had enough. He's just going to get out of here. 194 feet of movement from a single dash and a Potion of Haste. Unfortunately, the Potion of Haste only adds 30 feet of movement speed. It doesn't actually double. It's kind of like they've taken the average movement speed of a humanoid, which is generally 30 feet, and added another 30 feet when you have a Potion of Speed. Where's he going now? Maybe I shouldn't have sent him up there. He can't quite make it out of here, but I don't think he's going to be caught up by anyone. The last thing I want to show you is just how far 460 feet really is in the game. So I'm going to take another potion of speed up to 115 feet. You can only dash 3 times maximum, sadly. Actually, let's dash without actions. We can get a tiny bit of extra movement speed if we jump. I'm not including jumping in this because that changes things a little bit, and I just wanted to think about dashing and running. It's 460 feet. I'm here at Walking's Rest. I had to start combat to get momentum. Let's see how far he can go. And I've got 1 jump. Oh, since he's left combat, his movement speed. That's a bit of a shame. That hasn't quite worked out as I wanted. I don't think I'm going to be able to stay in combat and run a full 460 feet. So I'm just going to do it in turn-based mode. So at 420 feet, not quite 460 feet it could be. So we're starting just here, near the barrels there. Let's first of all head down here, because we've got a nice long straight path down. Well, not straight, but we've got a long uninterrupted path down here. And you can see that the movement is going down, 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 down. Fairly sure he's the fastest person in the vicinity. And we could probably make it most of the way towards Karlak. So you can imagine fighting the Githyanki patrol, just running away at the first sign of danger. So I've already used 3 dashes. If I use 1 more, just want to triple check this. Yeah, we don't get any more movement speed. This is as far as he can go, but he's still got a jump left. His strength is 16 actually, does mean his jump distance isn't too shabby. Isn't too bad. So there he goes. He can go all the way. Can't even send the camera back to where he started. He can start at that bridge and make it all the way down here. Most of the way to Karlak. He could have been 40 feet closer if he'd been in combat. Somewhere probably around here, I guess. Now, according to a website called coolconversion.com, BolTav here is going fairly fast for a humanoid. If we assume that 1 round is 6 seconds, like it is in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, then he is going at 84.1 kilometers per hour, or for those of you who prefer miles per hour, it's 52.27. If you want it in knots, apparently it's 45.4 knots, or Mach 0.0687. Who knew? So yeah, there's BolTav. He's not necessarily going to be doing any heavy lifting in terms of damage, though he does have a sneak attack, but he is going to be running around a lot. So let me know what you think of this guy, of BolTav. We've actually still got these people left alone in the Festering Cove. What changes would you make? Because I didn't pick everything to be completely optimal for him, but I did focus on movement speed. If you made it this far, please do consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next one.